Good evening. Good evening to all. Welcome to Mike at Night once again. It's such a pleasure being with you. We can't wait for Thursday to come around. So let me say hello to all of you all. Usually we try to have a program that is going to encourage you and lift you up. And today is no different from any other time. In fact, today is special for me because we have a special person on and going in that direction that we've tried to get people to understand that we need to go. Yep. Demand of life what you desire. Demand it out of life. Don't let things keep you back. We're going to talk about that. We have a young lady coming on. Her name is Joycelyn Greene, a wonderful woman. Let me tell you, if you want your grandchild, your daughter, your son, and you yourself want inspiration, I want you to call somebody and tell them, join the live now. Join the live now. There's going to be some encouragement. People who feeling that they can't make it and they want to give up and so on, we've got somebody who's going to inspire you, because if they can make it, they have a way to tell you, you can make it too. So make sure you share the live to somebody. Go out there and say, listen, we are on. Let me say good evening to Lyndon Jofield, Denison McIntyre. Yes, good evening to you, Indar. Yes, good evening to Glenda Allen. Yep, my dear lady Diane Alphonse. Yeah, we call her Nancy. Wendy Ann Norton, good evening to you. Wow, my goodness, we really have you all on. Elon Gordon, Carrot Hercules, Aisha Garcia, Carrot, yeah. Joanne Matthew, good evening, beloved family. I pray that you're having a blessed night. Yes, we are, certainly. Yep. Alice John, good evening to you. Joel Acqui, Candice Alexander, Josiane. Josiane, you are another story by yourself. But I'm waiting for you. I'm setting for you. Trust me. I am coming back. Yes, and so I look forward to seeing you within the next week or so, Josiane, and to take revenge. Heather Maximim, yeah. Diana, good evening. Josiane Greene, wonderful, hardworking. This is from Diana Carabello. I suspect that Joycelyn knows who that person is. Yeah. Diana. Cecilia George, Ayana Aini, Brandman, Ian Quitchlow. Wow. Good evening to all of you. Hey, share the live. Get somebody on. Get somebody on. We are going to allow the lines to be opened, and we want you to call in, share your views, share your ideas, give support, give whatever feedback that you wish. So take the number down. It is 868, that's the area code, 868-387-7553. That is 868-387-7553. Yes. We're looking forward to you all. Yeah. Nice to see all of you all coming out. Of course, I can't call everybody's name, but thank you all for coming on board and so on. But let's go and pay some bills. We'll be right back. Double B Supermarket, 60 to 62 Government House Road, Scarborough, Tobago. All items reasonably priced, friendly staff. If you don't believe me, you call them, 639-5329. If you ask them any question, they'll tell you. Jesus is the answer.
Don't let the weather of the day dictate your pace. I stayed cool every time I got into my vehicle, and you can too. At Tow School Center of 31 Gaskin Bay Road, Bonaccord, they specialize in auto air conditioning with parts and services catering to your car's needs. Call and ask for tows at 660-8777 or 788-3535. Tow School Center, where a comfortable ride is a cool ride.
All right, welcome back. Let me say hello to the people at Halifax Safe Home Revolution. Yep, they are also part of our sponsorship. We appreciate having you on. All of you who are coming on for the first time, thank you so very much. Let me repeat that telephone number again so that you can call in when we are ready. The number is 868-387-7553. Yes, we'll be more than happy to hear from you. Timothy Benjamin, good evening to you. Beatrice St. Paul, Leonora Francis Moses, Correct Hercules, yes, good evening to you. All right, so here's what we're dealing with tonight. Now, there are many people who have aspired to achieve some things in life, but have not done so. And I'm sure that all of you could identify with something you wanted to do. Somebody talked you out of it, or in some way you yourself talked yourself out of it, but you have not achieved it. Or some of you would have started something, have not completed it, as so many times we do. We start things and we give up because we get frustrated along the way. We start a marriage, we end it. We start a course of study, we end it. We start to do something with our lives. We become spiritual. We tell ourselves we're going to dedicate our lives to God, and then bam, we pull it back. Yeah. But there are some people who giving up is not an option. There are some people who will forge on regardless. One such person is this wonderful lady that we call Joycelyn Greene. Why I tell you, I have been following the lady and I am always inspired by her. I'm inspired by her because of her determination. I'm inspired by her because of her humility, even among the achievements that she has achieved. And so I invited her to be with us because I figured that she's going to give you the kind of understanding that things in life that you desire, you need to call it upon yourself in life. Welcome, Miss Joycelyn Greene. How are you?
I'm humbled tonight, Mr. Stewart, and I'm very honored to be here on your program. It's a blessing. And I want to say thank you for inviting me so that I can share my, traveling along the way in my educational career. And I'm glad that I'm here. That probably, you never know who is listening, and somebody might want to be encouraged.
Well, you have blessed the program to be on. I was elated when you accepted the invitation.
I nearly said no. It said, "Oh, humble me. I don't want, I'm just on my little corner by myself." But I said, you know what? We should highlight our Trinidadians who are successful in whatever way, whether we are young, whether we are old, whether we are middle-aged. We can still be a blessing to somebody, and that's the reason why.
yes, certainly. Because let me tell you, one of the things, especially on social media, highlighting things that would have gone bad is so common. But when people have done good, we are slow. And what we want to do is to develop a culture of promoting goodness and success and achievement, and people who have really blazed the trail. And so you have, I see Diana is saying, that's Joycelyn Greene. She's passionate, and she says she's proud of you, and you're looking fabulous.
Yes, thank you. That's my girl, Diana. Thank you, Diana.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yes, thank you very much.
So, you have just graduated.
Yes, last Tuesday, to be exact.
Last Tuesday, with your master's degree.
Yes.
I am amazed at it because you are, well, we say in the Trinidad and Tobago, you know spring chicken.
No spring chicken. Not at all.
You're no spring chicken.
Not at all.
But yet, just tell the audience your age.
I will be 70 in September.
That's right. You'll be 70 years old. And last Tuesday, you graduated with your master's degree.
Yes. Yes.
That is a journey. And I am excited to hear about this journey because you do have children and you have grandchildren.
And great-grand.
And great-grand.
Yes.
And some of us don't have a single picnic. And we're telling ourselves we cannot and we cannot and we cannot. What drove you to go to this length to be able to do your master's degree at approaching 70 years old?
Well, lots of things inspired me. You know, when you invited me, Mr. Stewart, on the program, I started to reflect in my mind. You know, along the way, what I did with myself educationally. I started to think in my heart, what did I do? Why was I inspired to do what I do? You know, but in my heart I said it's a passion that I have for teaching. And that's was exactly that's the only way I can put it.
Anybody else in your family is a teacher?
I'm a teacher, yes.
But anyone else in your family?
Yes. My brother is a teacher.
Uh-huh.
I am a teacher.
Your parents were ever any of your parents?
My father didn't get the opportunity to, because at the time when he's a very brilliant man, and my mother, very brilliant people, and at the time when he was a young boy in a Catholic school, and he was a professor, Seventh-day Adventist at the time, and he was ready to get involved in teaching. Those days of pupil teachers, we call them. And he couldn't do it because he was a Seventh-day Adventist, and he was going to a Catholic school in the village, and they didn't accept him to do that. Catholics didn't want any other out of their faith or their religion to be a teacher in their school. At the time, it was very denominational at the time, but my father was a very brilliant man, and if he had gotten the opportunity, he would have been.
So where would you attribute this passion to teaching from, to do your degree and your master's?
Well, you want to hear the truth? Is that I never wanted to be a teacher. That was never a passion of mine to be a teacher in the first place. Never was as a young girl. I wanted to be a nurse.
A nurse.
And in my heart, I wish I was still is. That was always a joy in my heart. I wanted to be a nurse. But you know, at the time of, you know, I'm from humble parents. And when I wanted to be a nurse, my father said, where will I get the money to send to England to be a nurse?
Right.
We just finished with well, we know it's PXC, but in my days it was GCE.
And you live currently in Brooklyn?
Yes,
but you are from Trinidad roots?
Yes. I'm from Grand Riviere in Toko.
Grand Riviere, Toko, from where my wife is from.
Okay, she is from Grand Riviere?
Yes, her mother is from Grand Riviere, etc. And so I'm sure that there must be some roots tangled up inside of there.
You never know. Yes, that's nice to know though.
I'm seeing Kizzy Greene guy saying, brilliant, Greene, proud of you, auntie. You're looking beautiful. You're sure right. You see how she's radiant?
That's my niece.
Yes. You don't look 70, I must say. You
know something, Mrs. Stewart? When I got to the age of 50, I stopped checking. And when you ask me just know my age, I had to quickly think to check in my mind.
You had to calculate.
I forget. I stop checking. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about it. I just say, you know what? Thank God for good health.
It's just a number.
Yes, just a number. And thank God that I'm able to still use my faculties well to do what I do.
Yes. So you grew up in the Adventist church, right?
Yes, I did. Yes.
And what church do you go to now?
I go to the Pentecostal church now. This church.
Right. And so you have had your really inspiration from during the Pentecostal days or the Adventist days. That inspiration and drive. What do you say? Would you say those?
Train up a child in the way they should go. I never forgot those roots. They were embedded in me as a child. Never, no matter how I strayed away, all your young life, you think, well, you know better now, and you could do what you want to do with your life and go away from God and do what you want to do. Never. It can't come out of you.
Right.
It was embedded in me as a child to serve God. And, as you asked that question, is when I came to New York. I came to New York in 1988. And I spent a number of years living here. And in those years I spent living in New York, I recognized the beauty of serving God, of going to God for everything, because it was tough. It's not as easy as people think. It's tough to have. I had 3 children at the time. They're living with me. I'm a single mom. And my husband was living in Trinidad at the time, and I was living by myself up here with my children. It was hard. It was hard. It was hard. And the things I wanted to do, I couldn't do it because I had my children to take care of and all that stuff. So I think to myself, that's why things that I wanted to accomplish, I accomplished late in life. Later in life.
Right. But you accomplished them nevertheless.
Well, thank God. So, and I really didn't want to teach. It never was. I learned to teach the hard way because my passion was to be a nurse.
Right.
But as you say, we're talking about the Christian, the roots that I came from, and I never really forgot God. I should say it in those words. Never, never, never. Every day and that saw me through my years of living and raising my children in Brooklyn. Never forgot him. And then I came back to Trinidad. I left New York when my kids got big older. They could fend for themselves. They were young girls, and I have one son. And I came back to Trinidad to live in 2006. I taught all my life in New York. I thought I was teaching in a private Christian school. And I said, it's time. I want to go home. And I took up my bag, my Georgie bundle, and I went straight back to Trinidad.
You have your Trinidad accent and your lingo too.
That can't come onto you no time soon, no time. And I came back home and I went back into teaching again. Matlet High School was my first teaching job. When I came back home, I went straight to Matlet High School.
So how could you want to do a nurse and land up in teaching in so many instances?
I wanted to be a nurse so bad that when I was in Brooklyn, I started with the nursing assistant course. I said I will do it. You know why I didn't get through? Because when I was going to the LPN course now, I had to do it while I was teaching. The hours of schooling was during the school day I had to go to work. And that is the reason why I did not pursue it.
Well, you see, sometimes we appoint and God disappoint. God said, teaching is the area that I want you.
But then I learned to love it. I grew to love it, and I'm passionate about it. All over the years, I just grew to love it.
Tell us a bit about being a mother and doing this tertiary level education, because you also have a degree, and you were about 63 when you did your degree.
Yes, at Roy Tech University in Trinidad. That's when I came back to Trinidad. I did the bachelor's.
Right.
Yes, at Roy Tech.
And that was your first degree?
Yes. Well, I went to Valentine Teachers College and I got my teacher's diploma there.
Right.
In 1983. And then I came away. So when I came back to Trinidad, I said, you know what? And something in me saying, you have to do something. Something is, you have to do this. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do my master's and my bachelor's in Trinidad. I did the bachelor's first at UE Roy Tech. And I got through, with distinction. I was graduated with distinction. It was very, very
nice. You don't say?
Yes.
Proper distinction?
Yes, I was graduated with distinction.
So which means you beat people younger your age then? But you are a tyrant.
A lot of us graduated with distinction at that time. It was a nice course, as I should say, elementary education. Bachelor's in elementary education. It was very, very informative, and I learned a lot. And in doing that bachelor's prepared me for this master's that I did. Because of that degree I did, I was able to handle this one well enough.
Right. So it would have taken you between 63 to almost 70 years. The master's would have taken you 2 years or 3 years or something?
Yes, 2 years.
Right.
2022. Yeah.
For those of us out here, because you would have had your children and all of that.
Yeah.
Walk us through how you managed that, and you were working and studying, is that so?
Yes.
So you were not full-time?
I'm full-time teaching, yes.
No, at the time when you were doing your master's, it was,
my
you
master's
were working. Now? Yeah, the master's that you just completed, you were working.
Yes, I'm still working, yes.
And you have your family.
Well, my family, they are big women now. I have 2 daughters, they are big women.
Mm-hmm.
One is in Trinidad and one is up here in Brooklyn.
Right.
They're not living with me. They have their own families.
Right.
So I'm basically on my own, to be honest with you.
So where was your support system? Who would you consider
Right.
your support system? And I'm sure somebody out there is listening now who may have been part of your support system. Now, it might have been too many for you to call. So
Yeah.
just tell me some of that support system, because you must have a support system that brings you through this rough terrain.
Well, when I to be honest with you, when how I got into doing my masters in Brooklyn here and the schools around the New York area, if you're in a private setting, the government of the country, that is when I say so, I mean the government, the DOE, the District of Education, the Department of Education in New York City here, they give this allowance to the private schools for teachers who are desirous of doing this degree program with the St. John's University.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, how God ordered my steps.
Mm-hmm.
This is a free program.
Right.
Because people say, you do your master's free? Yes, I did. It was offered to me, and I said, me, I don't have any money to pay for any master's. My sister, that was my first response. This choir came to my table in my classroom. I'm reading it, and I'm saying, why did they send this to me? Like that, very, very, procrastinating. And then my vice principal said to me, you saw the flyer that came around? I said, yeah. She said, you read it? I said, yes, I read it. She said, so you want to do it? I said, do what? She said, your master's in
Education.
administration and supervision leadership. That's that level. And I said, I know me. I say I too old for that. I know I'm not going through that again. I've done studying and it's okay. But I came home and it bothered me. Something I said, all right. And I said, you know what? I'll do this. Just like that, I'll do it.
Yeah. And after that is history.
Yes, and I went through and with flying colors too. Not bragging, but I did very well. And I had a 3.96 GPA score at the end of the day.
You were insane.
Yes, I was honored by the dean's list on the dean's list in a Zoom affair we had, and they honored me for having getting the GPA that I had. And what about it is that I can't stand failure. So when I see my grades, though, I don't want to see my grades not looking good. So every time I work at an assignment, I do it to the best I have because I want to see my grade being 100, and that's what I work towards.
Yeah.
So it was that's what inspired. And my brother, my friends, my family members, my daughters, they always they inspire me, they encourage me. My family members encourage me all the time. So I was okay.
I think you have a daughter, Ayana.
Yes, Ayana, Yanni. Yes, that's my daughter.
Oh my goodness, Ayana, like Ayana powder you like nothing. I don't know who she is. I've never met her, but yes. I like her spirit. Yes. Because even she says on Facebook, I support you, Mom.
Yes, I know you do, daughter. You did support me. Yes, daughter, you did.
Yeah. But that's nice. Because we all need somebody there around us to be able to help give us that encouragement and so on. At any point in time, were you ever discouraged? Were you ever to the point that they said, listen, probably I should just stop it here or let me not go on?
When I felt that way at the last semester before I graduated, it was tough. It was tough going because it was the end of everything. Everything has to be in place. And some days were frustrating. And I said, you know what? No, I'm not going to give up at this time. Why must I do that? I felt that I was doing that. I was tired and drained, and I was just fed up of assignments. And I started to feel the pressure. And I remember one day, my niece in Trinidad, I had an assignment to do, and she was talking to me, and she said, this thing is so difficult. And I'm sitting here fighting up with this. She said, you know what, Auntie? Just like that, ask God for wisdom to do it. Just like that. I said, and that ring a bell in my, I know I always ask God help me to get to she said, ask him for wisdom. And So those things, all these little inspirations and things that along the way, helped me. I stood it up. I took it up. I stand up against everything. Some people say to me, they say, Mr. Stewart, they know probably I'm my age. They'll say, why don't stop teaching now and go lie down, rest yourself, relax, done with this, the entire work? No,
Tell them when you get old, you'll do that.
no. And I don't feel that way. I feel that if I'm still there to serve a purpose, I'm still there to educate children. And that's me. I'm still there to give somebody a helpful word, encourage my students, make the best of them, do what I got to do with them. That's just me.
But it's probably that have you looking so good because you're busy. Sometimes we just sit back, relax, and let life just suck us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but certainly you are calling the shots for life. Yes. Let me just read a couple things here. La Mimi said, Joanne Matthews, I also grew up in New York and kept my Trini accent. As a matter of fact, I became a proud Trinidadian in America. Somebody was saying that they like the fact that you still have your Trini accent.
Yeah.
Joanne Matthews said, one can see this sister had always put God first. So amazing. Yeah.
Yes, I guess we having some internet problems. Yes.
Tobago. All items reasonably priced, friendly staff. If you don't believe me, you call them 639-5329. If you ask them, Double B Supermarket, 60 to 62 Government House Road, Scarborough, Tobago. All items reasonably priced, friendly staff. If you don't believe me, you call them 639-5329. If you ask them any question, they'll tell you Jesus is the answer.
Don't let the weather of the day dictate your pace. I stayed cool every time I got into my vehicle, and you can too. At Tow School Center of 31 Gaskin Bay Road, Bonaccord, they specialize in auto air conditioning with parts and services catering to your car's needs. Call and ask for tows at 660-8777 or 788-3535. Tow School Center, where a comfortable ride is a cool ride.
Thank you very much. Well, welcome back, and thank you very much for the director for segueing into the commercial. We had a little technical glitch on my end, I suspect it is, but we are happy to be back on. If you have just joined us, we are speaking with Miss Joycelyn Greene, Trinidad birthright, but lives in Brooklyn. She's a teacher. She did her first degree at 63, approaching 70. Last Tuesday she graduated with a master's. Government House Road. She has a wonderful, wonderful spirit in how she faces life. I want to invite you to call her. You can WhatsApp your call. You don't need, if you are overseas, you don't need to call and spend the money. You can just WhatsApp us your call. 868-387-7553. Yes, let me go that again. 868-387-7553. You can WhatsApp your call and we will take it on this end. All right. Those in local, you can also do that too. You may have a question to ask her. You may have something that you want to say to her to encourage her. Or your own experience you want to share with us of some of the things you did also that were amazing to get through life and to be able to get where you are today. All right. So 868-387-7553. Miss Joycelyn Greene is on, and we are chatting with her. She's made some strides in life. Now that you have your degree and your master's, what's next for Joycelyn Greene?
Well, the master, the masters I did was in administration and supervision leadership, which
Mm.
will put me in a situation to work in the role of a principal, vice principal, those roles. But you know something? It's not a job I never ever loved to be a principal. And
Well, we know how that goes. When you don't love something, you just end up in it.
I
Because you already
never,
land up in teaching and you wanted nursing.
it's not a job that really caught my attention all my life. If I really wanted to be a principal, I would have been a principal since in Trinidad. I never looked at it, I never enjoyed that role at all. I don't know why, I just never enjoyed it. And I used to say, I don't want to be no principal. I will sit
Diana
in my
says
classroom and
she
teach my students.
Diana says she wants to call you Dr. Greene.
No, no,
Don't laugh like Sarah.
that, that is 4 more years of my life. 3.5 to 4 more years of my life.
But you have
And I
you
think I'm
have so
already
much
too old for
you
that.
have so much ahead of you. Well, it's a choice. It's a choice you have to make. But
But
I'm still saying that you have so much ahead of you.
but I'm looking into another, avenues to come my way. See now that I have done this degree, I'm looking, for another avenue. So I'm working on it.
Mm.
I'm praying about it, and I hope God will open another door for me to do something, else in that field.
Right. Okay. All right. So 868 you is your the WhatsApp number you can call. You can call us by WhatsApp 868-387-7553. Yes, so I see people encouraging you to try it.
To
God
try.
will see you through, says Nancy, and that's in Lucia and Bermuda, and we've seen so many others on from different parts of the world, and they're encouraging you to go on. Yeah. But it's easy for all to tell her go on, You think it's easy studying for 4 years?
Sitting on the same situation, I'm sitting here with my laptop in my hand every night up to 2 o'clock in the morning. It's not easy. It's
Falling
hard.
asleep on yourself.
Yeah, it's hard, and I have to go to work the next day. And it was dedication for me, and it was determination on my part. I had to do it. I want to do it, and thank God I did it. That is
Was
what I
there
want.
anybody who started the program with you and did not finish?
Well, I don't know that. Funnily, it was an online program,
Mm-hmm.
so I really didn't know the students as to say. It's not like when I was in Trinidad where we had to go into school to do some things, But basically, it was an online course.
Mm.
So if I see the students, will be if we have a discussion group or a Zoom meeting or something like that for some course. But generally speaking, I don't know the people. I don't know them.
That's the difficulty in studying online. You
Yeah,
don't build solid relationships.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Um. So let me take the WhatsApp chat because this wasn't decided to send a WhatsApp instead of calling.
Okay.
Hey, Jill Green here.
My
I'm on
sister.
live as Padwa Wadi.
Yes, my sister.
Oh, but I realize you've not seen my comments. Just want to say hi to my sister and let her know I remembered to log on and I'm very proud of her. All right, great. Yes, apparently the number of persons that have commented, I am not able to scroll back to see
Okay.
some of it. So I'm sorry that I missed yours, Jill, but thank you very much for coming in. And I want to encourage people to call and give your comment and feedback and your encouragement to Joycelyn. I think she is an amazing woman. She has accomplished quite a bit and she has set a pace for us. Others who think that listen, we can't do it. Yep, we can do it. All right. So that is 868-387-7553. All right. So you weren't able to connect with persons to be able to say that, okay, then this person had this experience or that experience. If you had to do your life over again, what would you change?
What will I change? I will change my shy attitude because I never like to be in the forefront.
Mm.
And if you know the courage, although over the years I'm teaching, I have to stand in front of the students and all that and all the things we do as a teacher. But if you know the courage it took for me to come on this program tonight,
Mm.
so that part of me, I really want to change a lot because I have a little inhibition to be like in the background. I don't want to be forward. I don't want to be in the forefront. But I think to me now it's time for me to shine. So
Mm.
let me shine on your program, Mr. Stewart, and be the best I
Absolutely.
can be in my life now.
You
But
see,
if I want
because
to change anything,
Mhm.
I don't know what I'll change. I'm thinking, what will I change?
Because I think that whenever we go through certain things in life, God is blessing us to bless somebody else. And it is important that we tell our stories because God gives
Yes,
all of us a story. He gave Joseph a story.
yes,
Everybody in the Bible that we talk about today from scripture is a story they were given. And many times their story went through some serious valleys and some rough patches. But when they came out, even Christ told Peter that the devil has required your soul that he may sift it as wheat. But when you are recovered,
yes,
strengthen your brethren. Use your
yes,
experience to strengthen people. And that's why I believe, I'm a firm believer, and whatever it is you go through, use it to help others. I'm a survivor of prostate cancer, and with passion, I talk to men about prostate cancer. I didn't do it before because I didn't know it, I didn't expect it, but having gone through it, I take pleasure in
yes,
sitting down
yes.
with men and their wives and chatting with them. And I believe that's what God provides for us. Yeah.
As you're talking about that now, because all of us go through things in our lives to reach where we are now, and all the struggles along your life. I think I never, whatever was inculcated in you to be educated and to make the best of yourself. Because my mother, that was her password. Go to school and learn your lesson.
Mm.
That was in my head from a child. Go to school and be educated. Because they will come when you have to take care of yourself. What you will do? Always telling me that. And that was my mantra all my life. Go to school and get your education. And Mr. Stewart, when I first got the first job at 19 years old to be a teacher, you will not know the joy it brought to me to know that
Mm.
yes, I followed my mother's command. I obeyed what she said. It was a struggle. It was a struggle because in those days in Granwick, we had no high schools. Now we have Toko Secondary. I had to go to Sangre Grande to go to high school. I was
Wow.
a little girl, 11 plus, leaving my parents' home in Grand Riviere to go to Sangre Grande, to go to live in people's homes, to go to school, to board. It was terrible for me because I cried every day for my parents.
Mm.
I don't know these people. You put me in a house to live with people who I don't know, and I had to go to high school and catch up with all this work. It was failure for me.
The audio, the audio just dropped.
Yeah, sorry, I touched the mic by mistake.
Okay.
And it was hard. That was a rough patches for me at that time in my life. But I picked up from there. I got that experience to be confident, to be assertive, and to really stand up for myself and do what I had to do. And that took me to my life. So when you tell me you couldn't take away what my mother instilled in me, do what you want, you can take away my education because I really worked hard at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people probably has to have the same experience like me, starting off in a rocky soil, very rocky soil. But after years of determination and saying I want to succeed, I want to do something for myself, that is important. Because I became a teacher and I realized that I'm somebody in society, which is what we teach our students to educate them to be something in society. I
Yes.
felt so proud of myself.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
at 19 years old, I started to teach. Yes. Yes. And
So
that inspired me all my life.
let's go to your family life now.
Yes.
How many children do you have?
I have twin daughters and one son.
Twin daughters.
Yes, Ayana and Aisha. They're right online there. Aisha Garcia and Ayana Ayeni. They both married. They changed their names.
And how old are they?
I forget. Mr. Sir, I don't.
These are big grown people.
I forget the age.
Well, welcome to the club. When you reach our age, never Calypsonian that say old age have no remedy. Yeah.
I'm checking.
But that's all right. But you said you have a son also.
Yes, he's younger than them by 7 years.
What's his name?
Nikosi.
Nikosi. All right. And you have grandchildren.
Yes, I do.
How
I have
many?
6.
6 grandchildren.
Yes, and 2 great grands.
Well, at least you kept the commandment and multiply and replenish the earth.
I have 6 grandchildren.
They could never tell you didn't keep that one.
That's right.
Right. Yes. So I'm sure that they are so proud of you for what you have accomplished.
Yes.
Yeah. And those sort of things inspire people. I see people who have gone on like yourself, and really, instead of telling your children to achieve, they use that as their launching pad. My mom achieved, my grandmother achieved, my great grandmother did it, and so they also can do it.
That's right.
What also inspires me is that you said you bloomed late.
Yes.
Right. So sometimes, like the woman with the issue of blood, for 12 years, she's waiting for her day.
Yes.
Of where she would have gotten a blessing. For 12 years, she had to wait.
Yes.
Sometimes God comes up late, or what we think is late. But God delays his coming. God delays his appearance, just as Lazarus. He allowed him to die and then showed up after. But God knows what he's doing.
Yes.
I'm wondering if I'm not too sure that I would have been impacted as much if you had gotten this master's degree in your 30s or 40s. But I think I'm impacted positively by it because of when you achieved it.
Yes.
And what it has made you. Yeah?
Yes. Thank you.
I see someone put in here, my mom died in early teens and I had no supervision, but my whole mindset was to finish. All right. I'm not too sure who's saying that. Oh, Lamimi. Okay, my whole mindset was to finish school and I did by the will of God while living from pillow to post. Wow, you see, some people have it real hard.
Yes, really tough. Yes.
Yes. Joanna, my motivation and inspiration, I would say God bless you real good. Yep, that's right. Right, okay, nicely. All right, so the telephone number, please, you all could WhatsApp. Telephone number is 868-387-7553. You could either WhatsApp or call through WhatsApp and interact with our dear lady here she's got her master's and her degree, 63 years and approaching 70. And we are so proud of her. But we'll be chatting with her. Let's take a break and then we'll come right back and we finish up this discussion as we approach the 10 o'clock hour. 62 Government House Road, Scarborough, Tobago. All items reasonably priced, friendly staff. If you don't believe me, you call them 639-5329. If you ask them any question, they'll tell you Jesus is the answer.
Don't let the weather of the day dictate your pace. I stayed cool every time I got into my vehicle, and you can too. At Tow School Center of 31 Gaskin Bay Road, Bonaccord, they specialize in auto air conditioning with parts and services catering to your car's needs. Call and ask for toes at 660-8777 or 788-3535. Toe School Center, where a comfortable ride is a cool ride.
Yes, welcome back. This is Mike at Night. I'm Michael Stewart, and we have on the telephone line or on the Zoom actually, all the way from Brooklyn, Joycelyn Greene. She got herself a master's and well, I'm going to say doctorate, a degree and a master's. And she got them at the young, tender age of 63 and approaching 70, almost 70 years old. We are certainly proud of her, and we want to say people who have achieved, we need to laud them. We seem to rate people who have done things that are heinous, things that are wrong. We make so much out of them. And the people who have really made a positive difference, we sometimes overlook. On this program, we aim to do otherwise. We aim to really highlight the people who have achieved. And so we have Miss Joycelyn Greene, who has done exceptionally well. She has made so many people proud, her children proud, her grandchildren proud. She has left a legacy. I don't know if she's leaving money, but she has certainly left a legacy for her family that for years after she's gone, they can talk well of her. And so we are so proud of that. So thank you all very much for joining in. I want to ask Ms. Greene to say a few words to some of you all, some of us, and I wouldn't say you all, I would say some of us outside of here. Yes, Ms. Greene.
Because we are talking about education and we are talking about being successful, and in whatever domain, you don't have to be a teacher like me, but you may be wondering, in your heart, as you listen to the program, how can I be successful? How can I do what is required of me? Because nowadays and everything, they want to see you have a degree. They want to see you have qualifications for the job. How will I do it? How do I get the inspiration, the knowledge, everything that I need to get myself together to do it? How can I be successful? What can I do to help myself? Well, in my situation, I was passionate about what I was doing. I was passionate because I said, you know what? I want to work hard and do what I have to do, what I love doing. Because over the years, I loved teaching after a time. Although that was not my passion to begin with, but after years have gone by, I developed that love for teaching. So you have to be passionate about what you want to do. Be passionate and work hard.
Mm-hmm.
Work hard. Don't fool yourself. Because some people want it the easy way. They wanted the cheating way. Wow. They wanted the false way. And that won't work. That is not success. So don't fool yourself and think that I can be successful by making a false document saying that I got this degree. You work hard towards what you want to do. You have to work hard at it. And when you receive
passion and work hard. Passionate and work hard.
Hard, yes.
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And sometimes we have procrastinators will say, you ain't too old to study now. What are you studying for? What is the fuck with you? What are you doing that for? Mm-hmm. Don't listen to those people. Don't listen to it. That is negativity. If you know what you want to do and if you're passionate about it, you go ahead and do it regardless. And that's in a nutshell what some of the things that I did, because not everybody will be happy to hear that you're doing your degree or you're doing this and you're trying to be this, and because they say, Joyce, you're too old, why are you doing that? I hear it all the time. People tell me that. Time to relax. Time to go to Trinidad and relax. Say, why are you working so hard for? That's not, I don't feel that way.
So do you think that people use their own limitations, what they cannot do, and project it on those who are striving to do it?
I pay no mind to it, to tell you the truth. I have no energy for negativity. Mm-hmm, I know I'm passionate about what I'm going to do. I'm doing this. I don't want to hear anything. And don't tell me why you're doing it and why you didn't do it. I don't want to hear no procrastination. I don't want to hear no negativity. because I'm doing it regardless.
Yes.
You know, I don't feel that I shouldn't. I don't feel that I am too old to do it. Because one thing, especially in America, in America, you could be the oldest person, you're still working. You're still a lawyer, you're still a teacher, you're still a nurse, you're still whatever you want to do. You could feel to retire if you want to retire. But
Yeah.
you can go on with your life as long as you have the energy.
Probably we put people out to pasture early. From the time they hit 60,
That's
65, we
exactly
say, all
right.
right, pack up and give the young people a chance. I think that is something that we need to start looking at and revisiting
That's so
and
true.
say, there is, I'm sure, enough room for everybody.
Yes, because to me, I think 60 years old is not old.
Yes.
So why you pack up, stop working and retire, and that's the time sometimes people get so sick and ill in their bodies,
Mm.
and they don't even enjoy their retirement.
Right. Yes. Yes. Because they feel they're now irrelevant. All the work and recognition that they had all the
Yeah,
years, it has just come to a sudden halt.
yeah,
And there's no need for that because they can continue to make serious, productive contribution to
exactly,
society.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
and that's my point. That is exactly my point.
Right.
So you have to be passionate about it and stay focused, and don't think about the negatives, but just push. It will be a struggle, but you have to push up. You have to be determined to do what you have to do. You know,
Who is Harold Greene?
my brother.
Ah, okay. All right. Harold, I know you're proud of your sister.
Yes,
Yes, yes, yes. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have one. One was deceased just recently. My brother after me, Ellis,
How
he
long
passed
ago
away.
he passed away?
He passed away. Huh? He
How
passed
long
away
ago?
just recently, not well, a few
Hmm.
months ago.
Right. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I have an older brother. So I have three brothers, one is deceased,
Mm-hmm.
and I have three sisters and myself, so seven children in all.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
Wow, it's a big family.
yes. And my mother is still alive.
Your mother is alive because when you spoke about your mother, I wondered about that, but I said, "But no, man."
So my
So you
father passed, but my mother is alive. She's in Grand River right there, 91 years old.
so you come from a family of long livers.
Thanks, bless be to God.
I
Thank you,
must.
Jesus.
What's
Yes.
your mother's name in Grandview? I must ask my wife if she knows her.
Oh, whatever you call her, Miss Green, Miss Green, Miss
Miss
Green.
Green. All right. Okay. Well, that shouldn't be hard to find.
Mhm.
Yes. Cecil Millington said, I am so moved by the achievement of Lady Greene. It shows how many who migrated from the Caribbean to Europe and North America can achieve once they put their minds to doing so, rather than sitting idly or committing crimes. Yep, you're right about that. It is, people can get themselves industrious in
So
things
true.
in life.
Yeah.
Thanks for encouraging us, sister, says Joanne Matthew. Have a safe night. Yep. Blessings and prayers. Okay. Yep. Wonderful. All right. So, any final words you want to say as we wrap up?
You know, I was listening to the comments, something came to my mind.
Yes.
With God, all things are possible. That's what came to my spirit. With
Amen.
God, all things are possible
Yes, yes,
in
yes,
who
yes, yes.
believe. So trust in God. Be focused. Be
Amen.
passionate.
Amen.
Be good. Don't fool yourself. And success will come your way.
Yes, yes. So I want to echo those sentiments, and in keeping with the discussion that we said, demand of life what you desire. Just as Miss Green shared with us that she wanted one career path, she did not achieve the career path that she wanted, but she's just as happy now that she's achieved the other option of becoming a teacher. She's contributing in a powerful way to people's lives. Sometimes life did not give you what you asked for. it gives you what you might be qualified for. And who knows that God felt that he would have had a greater impact in people's lives in teaching. So, not because you did not get what you wanted, you need to give up in frustration. Continue. If you fish all night on one side of the boat, throw your net on the other side. It doesn't mean that there's no fish inside of there. It's just not where you're fishing. Change your focus if necessary. A good pilot is going to take off, meet bad weather. The pilot is going to find a new flying altitude. He's going to find a new way, a new route to reach his destination or her destination. That's what we want to do. And I want to be able to encourage you. Use Miss Greene and so many other persons who have proven that regardless of age, I've met people who are ill, and regardless of their illness, I've met people who are physically challenged, regardless of their physical disadvantage, more or less, they have continued to achieve. What's our excuse? We need to stop the excuse. Yes, get out there and go after life. You are not too old, you are not too sick, you are not too weak, you are not too young. Go after the Christ was 12 years old and chatting intelligently with people in a temple. So age happens to be your mindset as to what you want to contribute in life. I am so happy for you all being here with us, and thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you all next week, Thursday, 9 o'clock. We are on every Thursday from 9 o'clock on Mike at Night. I want you to be able to join us and be part of it. And Ms. Greene, thank you very much again for being so gracious in being able to share your story, your life, your family with us. And may God continue to bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Stewart.
All right. Nicely. Thank you very much. Okay, my people, that brings us down to the end of the hour. We've had a nice run. We look forward to seeing you next week. And we want to thank our sponsors, Double B Enterprises, for being part of it. I see somebody calling in. I suspect that they want to get in. Let me see if we have you online. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Hi. Where are you calling from?
Where?
No, could you say that again, please? All right, hold on there. Okay. Hello?
Yeah, hey man.
Yes, I'm hearing you now. Go ahead. No, I think you're gone again. All right, I think I have you now.
Yeah, yeah, me now.
I am, yes. Go ahead. I think you're listening. I think what happened is that you are going silent, and because you're listening to me on a radio or another device. You have to listen to me directly on your telephone.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just listening and I just love the topic and Miss Joycelyn and how she has accomplished so much in her life and stuff, and it's an inspiration to know
Yeah.
that people like her could do these things. When young people study how young they is and they carry it no way, and you know, I was just looking
Yes.
all things to Jesus Christ, which can read.
That's right. That's right.
And I did an exercise. I don't take too long. I did an exercise. I took my Bible and I read that verse. Right, Philippians chapter 2. I think verse and read that verse and I stood in front of the mirror. I look and I read the verse and I looked myself in the mirror. and I ask myself, if if I can read this verse, where I can't see myself any limit to what I can't do.
Mm-hmm.
There's no night that I can't do. There's nothing like I can't do this and I can't do that, because if I have that mindset, I will not accomplish anything.
Right. Yes.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at my life, and I'm on my third job right now.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm in living in that time where people can't even get a job. I'm on my third job.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I changed on my third job.
Right.
And when is that area where I was stuck, look at people who just sat a line on the block, and they asked me, why are you getting to all these job and things? Because they always see me in uniform.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get out, I'm like, older, and say, do something,
Right.
or I could, because I understand me that if I'm living for Christ, I know I have no limit.
Yeah. You're calling from Trinidad?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So and how old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 27.
27?
Yeah.
Right. And so you are saying that you have put yourself together to be able to work hard and make a living.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, because that's what she's saying. That's what Miss Greene is saying. People need to learn to work hard, and it's good that you are 27 years old and you are pushing yourself to work hard, because you have 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to encourage Joycelyn to continue what she's doing, because I believe that somebody is watching her. Even if they don't want to go and tell her nothing, somebody is watching her doing what she's doing, and they have been inspired for them to do something for themselves.
Yes.
So she's an encouragement for me.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Miss Greene, you have somebody in your corner.
Yes, I realize that.
Yeah.
At least if you touch one, that's good. Somebody wanted to hear something.
All right. Now I am told that your mother lives near to my wife's mother.
Yes.
It's just a house. They are about a house or so apart. A house or two apart. Have you ever heard of Miss Vero?
Yes.
Right.
She used to live. My mother don't live there anymore. My brother lives there now.
Your brother. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So, wow, it's a small world.
Yeah.
Good.
That's something.
All right. Let me just yeah. Okay. Sensible young man says, good night. Thanks for having my mom on tonight. Yep, with pleasure, ma'am. I really appreciate your efforts on this program. Thank you very much, Joanne. Yep. Thank you so much for all of your great comments. I know that we've had quite a bit of feedback from persons. Yeah. All right. So, people, that brings us down to the end of today's program. We loved it. We enjoyed it. We're going to be with you next week, Thursday, from 9 o'clock to 10 p.m. Thank you very much, Sydney. Yep.
Yes, that's nice, everybody. Thank you for joining in. And I hope that I was an inspiration to someone. God bless.
Yeah, certainly. All right. Okay, so we're down to the end of the hour. See you all later. We had 100 and something comments on tonight. We couldn't take all of your comments. I'm really sorry. But thank you all very much for sharing. Good evening.
Good evening.
Double B Supermarket, 60 to 62 Government House Road, Scarborough, Tobago. All items reasonably priced, friendly staff. If you don't believe me, you call them 639-5329. If you ask them any question, they'll tell you Jesus is the answer.
Don't let the weather of the day dictate your pace. I stayed cool every time I got into my vehicle, and you can too. At Tow School Center of 31 Gaskin Bay Road, Bonaccord, they specialize in auto air conditioning with parts and services catering to your car's needs. Call and ask for tows at 660-8777 or 788-3535. Tow School Center, where a comfortable ride is a cool ride.